Hey, what's up, guys? It's Afro, friend of Schneeble's. He likes my Evolz, so he wanted me to do a deck list, and I'm here. So I guess let's just get into it. Starting off with the main deck, I run 3 Evoltile Westlow. He's awesome. Yeah, he's cool. He obviously flip effect, just special summon 1 Evolsar monster from your deck. And it's a little slow. You want to go first with this deck. So you'll put him down, flip him, and then you can use other things like Yugioh. Once you get the flip special, then use no, not Yugioh. I'm sorry, Evo Force. Attribute it, special summon another. But yeah, run 3 Westlow, 2 Yugioh because he's a double special. So you use a Evo Force on him. Tribute him, get a special with Yugioh, and then get a special with Evo Force itself. Everyone hates that combo.
Dude, I hate it so much.
I always go for the double Diplo, especially Diplo is basically using an Evo Force and Yugioh is basically a twin twister. So just bring out 2 Diplos, pop 1 back row, pop another. It's pretty annoying. It's so, it makes the deck worth not running so many twin twisters.
And Diplo's a level 4, right?
And Diplo's a level 4, yeah, which goes into the Evo plays. And I run the 1 Odonto. I've experimented with the Lagosucho. I have a Lagosucho, and a 1 Odonto. If you're gonna run either one of these, only run them at 1. Don't run an Odonto and a Lagosucho. It's just one or the other. I personally just like Odonto, although you could run Lagosucho, but that's just me. His effect, just when you normal him, you can bring out an Evel in hand. Good deep breaker because you don't want the dinosaurs in your hand. You want the reptiles. So he's good. He's good for deep breaking and searchable with Serato if he's already specialed by an Evoltile effect.
So much searching.
There's a lot of searching. Okay, going to the dinosaurs. 2 dip. This is your Evo Force Yugioh Twin Twister. Just special him to the field, pops a card off the field. That's dip right there. 2 Serato. Now, Serato is the searcher of the deck. A lot of people try to use him as a beater. People run 3. I would not. I just run him at 2. But when he's special, yeah, it gets 200 boost, so he'll become 21, which is a lot for a level 4 monster. Then destroy something. I believe it doesn't have to be sent to the grave. It just has to destroy a monster by battle, yeah. And you can search for another Odonto or Yugioh, Westlow, whatever you need. And once again, just...
So even if it destroys the pendulum...
So the what?
Even if it destroys the pendulum monster...
Yeah, even if it destroys the pendulum, the effect will work.
Oh, that's messed up.
So, yeah. You get that benefit. And the unsung hero, Evolsar Volcano, because you can special him with an Evo effect and use his effect once he's specialed to special another Evolsar from the grave. So it's a deadly combo with the Yugioh and Evo Force because you tribute. You can special 2, use Volcano to bring back a Serato, and use the other one to bring back like another Serato or another Volcano, or if you use the dip. Yeah, so that's already 4 monsters right there, and you can already overlay for your Logia Dolka right there instantly, no matter it's pretty dumb how easy. It's pretty dumb how easy it is.
It's a good deck, man. It runs so smooth too.
Thanks. I do my best. And yeah, those are the monsters. I run keep the monsters real low. You could get creative, add other things, but right now I just have purely Evoltile.
I was about to say that right now too. Like every time that I duel you, I feel like you summon way more monsters than I can.
Yeah.
That's like
this is it.
Monsters,
this is like
monsters,
this is yeah. Let's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13.
13 monsters.
Keep it real
insane.
low. Keep it
It seriously
low.
feels like you always have monsters. That blew my mind.
You want to keep the monster count pretty low because there's a lot of negate, because the whole deck is based off negate, so you want to run that. So yeah, going into the spells now. Staple Evo Diversity. You gotta run 3. It's just a searcher. You can only use 1 per turn, but it's like your fossil dig or whatever. You just add an Evoltile or an Evolsar to your hand. So pretty useful. Then you run the 3 Evo Force, which is pretty. This is the card everyone hates. Because, once again, just tribute Tribute a Yugioh
Special.
special. This will help you special everything.
He's tributed, he's special.
Another really good combo that everyone hates that I do also is where I'll use the Evo Force, bring out on Yugioh, special 2 Diplos, and then if they got a really high beat stick, everyone's always special summoning, so I'll overlay, use the special summon, pop 2 cards, overlay for the Honor Arc, so you know, 101, number 101, and take their monster, like super staple play that I'm known for. And if you don't have an Evo Force, another pretty good substitute is Enemy Controller, because of the second effect where you contribute a monster, then target an opponent's monster and take control of it, which adds to a lot of plays where I contribute a Yugioh, and then the Yugioh's effect activates, you can special from deck, and then use this effect to take an opponent's monster. If it's a level 4 and you're done attacking, you can overlay and steal the monster, use it as XYZ material, which I've done a lot, so it's a pretty unforgiving combo.
And I think this is like one of those decks that actually like really utilizes Enemy Controller that well.
Oh yeah,
like, I don't think there's any.
I was actually surprised. I saw a couple people who ran Enemy Controller, and I thought, really, why? And even if you don't use the second effect, the first effect, just target a monster, put it in defense, is also pretty good for protecting Westlow if you don't want him popped from the field, even if you want to get that flip, the special. So 2 Enemy Controller. And now, to Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality is you want this first turn. It's a pretty good first turn because most of the time it's possible to special a whole bunch on your first turn, but you could play real conservatively where if you have just the Westlow or a couple Westlows in hand, you know you're not going to special that turn, so you activate Pot of Duality, search for something better, and then set a Westlow, put some back row, and you're good. So yeah, Pot of Duality is like a really good first turn thing that you want. And now some one-offs. I have a Book of Moon. Pretty decent combo you can do with Westlow, where if you already flipped Westlow last turn, use Book of Moon, put him back down, and then flip him up again, so you get another special. Which is why you could also use Enemy Controller to protect it, so that way when you have a Book of Moon, you can do that combo. And utilize the flip. Yeah, and they're both quick plays, so you could it's totally viable. The one MST, just for more spell popping in the scenario that you draw 2 Diplos in hand and you have no way of specialing them without an Adonto in hand or anything, then you have an MST to be able to pop stuff. And also a Twin Twister. Sometimes you want if you're bricked with tons of Evolzars, the dinosaurs, you can always, and you want to use like Singularity or something, but you need them in grave. Twin Twister is a pretty good thing. You discard, send 1 to grave, pop 2 cards, and if you have Singularity set, activate Singularity, overlay for an Evolzar, an Evol. So yeah, those are all the spells. Putting these away now. And lastly, the traps. I run 3 Evo Singularity. This is the only way that in this deck, in my build, that I can bring out Evolzar Solda. You could argue he's not the best one, but he's pretty hard to get rid of because with XYZ material, he cannot be popped off the field. And if anything is special summoned, you can detach 1 to negate all the special summons. Pretty good for pendulums because if your opponent pendulums 4 or 5 monsters, activate Soil, they're all popped from the field. They're popped on field, so they'll go back to extra deck. But it wastes the pendulum, so it takes away the pendulum from them. So yeah. Run 3, and if you don't even want to go in solo, you can, once again, Emergency Logia, Emergency Dolka. There's a free Logia Dolka if you have an Evoltile and an Evolzar in your grave. Next, I run 2 Grand Horn of Heaven. Just because it's stall, really. Negate a special summon, ends the main phase, so your opponent has no choice but to skip through their battle phase, go to main phase 2, and they can summon whatever the hell they want, but they won't be able to OTK you or anything like that. So it's pretty good stall. Plus, it'll protect your Westlow from being popped. So if you have it set down. And another, going to one-offs, Black Horn of Heaven. Once again, just more negate. We gotta pump up the negate. You gotta negate everything. Make your points. Not play Yu-Gi-Oh! Kinda.
Yeah, I know. Salt. Pour on salt.
Next, One Dark Bribe. Once again, more negate. Don't let them activate any spells or traps, or especially like a lame ass thing like Regeki, or if you don't want to waste your because it's a negate deck, so people will try and bait you. And if you don't want to waste a Logia negate, you can use your Dark Bribe. Plus, it's a counter, so they can't. It's hard to counter anything else. People don't run other counters. Or if you're being solemned, this will save you.
Yeah.
You know.
And the only thing you can do to that is like
another bribe or a trap jammer. Yeah, which not everyone runs.
No one runs those.
No one runs. And and also you could argue, a lot of people might say like, you know, why? Because this negates the spell or trap, but they draw. Honestly, with the amount of negate in this deck, take a draw. Yeah. I don't care. You'll draw and I'll negate it. So.
Exactly.
So that's, you have your draw, you know? Whatever.
Your whole goal is to not let them play.
Yeah, basically. I don't care. You can draw as much as you want. Next, Dimensional Prison. Just a problem solver. Just get rid of it. Banish anything. It does not, I believe, no, it targets. It does target. But, it's pretty good just to get rid of any annoyances if someone's attacking or whatever. And once again, protect Westlow, because Westlow's your man. You want to protect him. Next, Bottomless, just another one-off, pretty good one-off staple. More problem solving. Plus, if you Pendulum, you can banish everything that was Pendulum.
True.
Next, Fiendish Chain, once more effect negation, and monster cannot attack or change battle position. I think no, you can change battle position. Yeah. Just remember, it has to be an effect monster. And next,
Go to a vanilla.
No, people forget. Yeah, this won't work on a vanilla, so people forget that. Next one, I run one Quaking. OP, yeah. This is pretty good. It's pretty good for fodder. Once again, it's more negate, so it puts everything down. All the monster effects are face down, so the effects don't activate, or none of their effects are nulled. And it's good fodder for Serato. If you bring out a Serato, most cards don't have a pretty beefy defense, so you can attack it and destroy it. Use the Serato effect for search, and get some plays going. Next, one Mirror Force. I want to replace this with a Drowning. I do not have the money for a Drowning. But it's a normal Mirror Force is a pretty good substitute. Everyone still gets pretty salty when you Mirror Force them. It's just like a Regeki.
We all know what it does.
It's a slower Regeki, kind of, So there's that. Next, one Breakthrough skill. Just once again, more effect negation. There's a lot of effect negation going. Oh, a lot of monster effects that do things. So this is also you could say it's a special summon negate, because if someone tries to normal and then when this card's normal, it gets special, you can negate that, so there's no more specialing from that card. And then you could also negate effects on your turn on the field when it's already engraved. And then lastly, I just put this in. I didn't want to put it in at first, but one Vanity's Emptiness.
That's how you own me today.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, especially because you're, if you're running the slow play, if you have the one Westlow in hand, and it'll mess up your play with the Westlow there, but running the Vanities is just to stop. Once again, just halt your opponent, slow them down. Sometimes they'll even pass turns. Schneebles was passing turns right now because he couldn't.
I passed 5 turns.
He couldn't pop it. Yeah, and so and it helped me, get some draw, get some more useful cards in hand. So yeah, it slows your opponent down a decent amount. So yeah, those are the traps. All right, now we're going to the extra deck. So I run. Let's see. Let's get to the big boys. I run 2.
The whole reason the deck exists.
Yeah, the whole reason this deck exists. The Evolz. So I run 2 Evolzar Solda. You could run 3. It's a little more personal preference. I run the 2 because I feel like you don't really need to bring out more than. Sometimes it's good to bring out 2.
It'd be weird.
Bring out 1. It'd be really weird bringing out 3. Just a bunch of negate.
Yeah.
But yeah. Solda can't be targeted. Can't be destroyed by card effects while he has XYZ, so safe from Regeki, safe from that BS Regeki play, And just detach 1, any monsters that were special summoned by anything, Pendulum, are popped off the field. So that's...
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Regeki is a no. Let's see, what else? I run 3 Logia. You could also run 2. I don't think anyone else runs 3, but I run the 3 because he's a staple of the deck. He's basically a Solemn Judgment. You can negate a normal or special summon or a spell/trap card activation by detaching 2, which is kind of a bummer. But hey, with this kind of negate, it's pretty OP. Especially if you're negating those monsters like what is it, that goblin thing that you normal
Limburg.
goblin, yeah.
That was messed up.
Yeah, so you can negate the normal and
you
won't
negate the whole play.
negate the whole play. Yeah, to negate those cards where normal and then it lets you special, just negate the normal and you're good. And not a lot of cards negate normals, by the way.
That's what's interesting, yeah. Because if you can negate someone's normal summon, chances are they're not gonna be able to.
It's almost like the only thing that this card does not do is it does not negate flips. So that's one thing. It does not negate a flip.
Nexus already said.
Yeah. So keep that in mind if you're gonna duel with this kind of deck. Next, a lot of people argue he's the best one. The Evolz Dolka. Evolz Dolka, essentially stops everything. Stops monster effects. Because of that, it'll stop monster effects that special summon. So there goes that. Obviously cannot negate continuous effects. So you got to work around that. But he's pretty stable. Detached. He's a walking divine wrath. Just detach one, negate monster effect. And the cool thing about Dolka is that if you can point me out on this if you want later in comments or whatever, but Dolka is actually the only card that I'm familiar with, at least, that can negate not only twice in the same turn but twice in the same chain. And I've taken out a Cyber Dragon Infinity with just one Dolka by me activating some effect. My opponent was going to negate it with Infinity. Then I use... recap. He's using the effect of Infinity to take one of my monsters. Try to take Dolka. I use Dolka to negate that effect. He tries using Infinity to negate Dolka, and I just use Dolka again to negate Infinity.
Because he can only do it once.
Because Infinity can only negate once. Dolka can negate twice. Not only once in the turn, not only twice per turn, but twice in the same chain.
That's insane.
So, yeah. That's pretty... And also, he negates anything from anywhere. He negates hand traps.
You even got my Abyss with him once.
I did,
Because I tried to negate it, and then I was like, hi, I got you, and then you got it.
Yeah, so he negates from anywhere, no matter where. If it's in the field, it's in the grave, wherever. It does not matter. He negates everything.
Nice.
Which is how the deck runs. And time for one-offs. More negate. Abyss Dweller. Just, stop grave effects. Straight up. That's, staple generic rank 4. Rhapsody and Berserk. Not a lot of people run this one, but I like him in here because I can overlay, detach 2, and banish something from the grave. So it's pretty good for getting rid of Return of the Dragon Lords or anything that activates in grave. I know a lot of cube cards are coming out, and they have a lot of effects in grave where you can banish and mess up your opponent. So
that could actually be good now with the grass is always tastier.
Oh yeah, same thing too.
I just thought about that.
Yeah, because people activate grass is tastier, send Cyclone and Breakthrough, but you can always remove those to get rid of anything, or Return of the Dragon Lords, or anything else activates in grave. And also after you do that, you use the other effect to equip them to Alagia or Dolka or something. So it makes them beaters now. They're kind of beefy at 24. 23, 26, but you can push it by 1,200.
Take them over the 3,000 mark.
Take them over the 3,000 mark. Make them scary,
yeah.
Especially if you haven't already been baited of the effects. Next, Dark Rebellion, just one of the best rank 4s out there. Easy beater, just make sure that the card can be targeted. Next, King of the Feral Imps, super incredibly helpful.
Yeah, smart card.
Some people don't run it, I don't know why. But yeah, just overlay, detach to bring a reptile to hand. So bring a Westlow, bring a Yugioh, or a Danto. So it's more search, which the deck already has a lot. Next, 101, just staple rank 4. Some people don't run him a lot anymore, but he's still pretty good in my book, especially with this deck because it's a lot of rank 4 plays, or level 4 plays. One Castel, once again, another really good generic rank 4 spot removal, and could detach, put a monster in defense. And lastly, an old forgotten card, Wind Up Zen Mains. A lot of people don't run it, and I only run the one Zen Mains just for the off case scenario that sometimes I'll have 2 Westlow on field, both face up, both in attack. Westlow's only 700, so he's just kind of sitting there. Unless you want to put him back in defense. But if you end up having 2, you can always overlay into Zen Mains, and if anything tries to pop him, detach to prevent destruction, then end phase, pop a card off the field.
That is a good card.
Yeah, so once again, just amp up the negate. There's a lot of negate in here, stopping your opponent from doing a lot, which is mainly the essence of this deck. And lastly, side deck, I just have the one cowboy. I don't always cowboy for game. I don't think anyone does anymore. But when you do, yeah, you can side him in. You can take out the Zen mains or whatever. Side out Adolka maybe. But yeah, that's my deck.